What's up, family? Welcome back to I Love Old School Music, old school news with a new point of view. Today, we're giving flowers to a brother who doesn't get nearly enough of them. Actor Michael Wright, best known for his unforgettable roles in The 5 Heartbeats and Sugar Hill. We all know him as Eddie Kang Jr., a role that left a mark on Black cinema forever. We laughed, we hurt, we rooted for Eddie, and we saw parts of our community in his journey. And then you add his role as Ray Nathan in Sugar Hill, a character so layered, so intense, so real. You could feel the pain oozing through the screen. Michael Wright didn't just act, though. He transformed, and yet somehow he's still one of the most underrated actors in the game. Let's be clear, this man put in work, and it's time we recognize that. We were wondering what he's been up to lately, so we decided to do a little digging. And turns out he is enjoying life with his lady, and for those who didn't know, his mom's was a true legend in her own right. Now here's where art and life intersect in a way that's real. Michael Wright reportedly had past struggles with alcohol, something that may have made his portrayal of Eddie King feel even more raw and authentic. That pain we saw on screen, it came from somewhere. Back in 2012, Michael Wright made headlines after reportedly crashing his Rolls-Royce into a parked police car in Manhattan, with 2 officers sitting inside. According to reports, when they smelled alcohol on him, Wright was asked to take a field sobriety test and was later taken into custody on suspicion of DUI. In the years since, he's reportedly been spotted appearing under the influence a few times. But despite those personal struggles, Wright has continued to work in Hollywood, landing various roles on the small screen. In recent years, Michael even confessed online about his love for bourbon, tying it back to his family's roots with a photo of his grandfather in a post that read, "Recognize that fellow in the photo? His name is Edmund Wright, my grandfather. He was a poor farmer from South Carolina who made his own liquor in the swamp. He also happens to be my grandfather." Perhaps that explains the coincidence of why I'm best known for playing a character named Eddie, or my fondness for a glass of good bourbon, wrote Michael. Man, that's deep. That ain't just a drink, that's legacy. Speaking of legacy, did y'all know Michael Wright is also a beast in the kitchen? He's got a cookbook out titled Joy of Cooking, and a deep passion for cooking that stems from his grandfather and especially his mother, Alberta Wright, who, according to many celebrities and fans, was a true New York legend. If you ever heard of the Jezebel restaurant in the popular Hell's Kitchen neighborhood of NYC, then you know Alberta wasn't just serving food. She was serving culture. Fried chicken, candied yams, collards, and jazz in the background. Jezebel was the kind of Black excellence that doesn't just feed the stomach, but feeds the soul. In a past interview, Michael said this about his mom's legendary restaurant. "Every person that you could believe came through those doors. Sports figures, politicians, Stevie Wonder was there often. I also met Muhammad Ali, and we talked about his SE escapades. Hillary Clinton had a couple of receptions there. She loved the place. She loved my mother, and consequently, we were invited to the White House. So my mother and I drove in a limousine to Washington, D.C. to eat dinner with the Clintons. My mother was just that kind of woman. It was the entire presentation. It was what you smelled, what you saw, and what you heard that made it a great dining experience. That's what dining is and what it should be. And she would turn it into that." Michael's mother was one of the first Black restaurateurs in America, and many who followed in her footsteps paid homage to her along the way, including celebrity chef Marcus Samuelson, who wrote in his 2020 book, The Rise, Black Cooks and the Soul of American Food. There are so many Albertas out there, a whole lineage of Black queens who won't be told what they can't do. They are charming, hardworking, talented, even if most of them don't get acknowledged. I was very lucky to have Alberta as a mentor. In fact, I wouldn't be in Harlem without her. Michael clearly carries that same energy. Whether it's acting or cooking, you can tell he approaches it with love, precision, and pride. And while he tends to keep his private life mostly private, he does flaunt the love of his life publicly at times. Her name is Susan, and they've apparently been together for some years now. That kind of real love, behind the scenes, steady and strong, is a beautiful thing in an industry that doesn't always honor that kind of loyalty. So today we salute Michael Wright, a brilliant actor, a soulful cook, a grandson honoring his roots, and a man who brought his truth to every role he ever played. And frankly put, we're just glad to give this legend, who made such a huge impact on our culture, his flowers while he's still here, because he deserves them. Let us know your favorite Michael Wright moment in the comments. And before you dip out, be sure to like, comment, share, and tap that notification bell so you don't miss the next story. Thanks for watching, family. I love old school music, old school news with a new point of view. Peace and love, y'all.